I wanted to look at this one. And all these things I put here were from my yard. Yeah, I found a lot of these. Darn it, it's like I really kind of miss my old homestead yard because of all this cool stuff that I was finding. Oh well, anyway. I still remember where I find exactly where I found these things. Okay, so this is like a bone carving, and it's got like a comic. It's like a comic picture of, I guess, like I tried to sketch it out really quick. I know this is not a very good drawing, but I'm sure I could do better if I spent a little time at it. But what I see here, it's a very old bone. So it's a little bit fossilized, I guess you could say. So yeah, when I was finding these things, I had no idea how old they were, because we think of Native Americans, and you think it's just a few hundred years old, and then you realize, oh, they're a lot older. Okay, so there's a tiny little guy. I drew him over here, and he's holding some kind of weapon. It's either a bow and arrow or an atlatl. No idea. And he's aimed it at this big creature, which I assumed was some kind of a bear, maybe could even be a giant sloth for all I know, but I'll just say whatever it is, it's short snouted and is really freaked out. So whatever just hit it. So I'm gonna zoom in on that little guy. I mean, so he's holding up. He's like down here, and he's holding up. I'm gonna get a pencil to do that. Okay, so that's his head. That's his torso, and like his legs are down here. This is like one of his arms. And then he's got this, like, was it maybe the atlatl or the bow part? And it's like I say, it's a bone carving. So when they start to dig into the bone, you get this kind of dark, kind of decayed color. Oh yeah, I had those other. Zoom out for a moment. These ones over here. Okay, this one here. This is it must be part of a skull or something like that, but this way it's shaped like a bear, like a big fat bear. There's the bear's nose, the bear's ear, and these are the two legs, front and back. I remember I was turning it, and it seemed to turn it look like something else. I guess it doesn't matter. But when you look on this side, it's like somebody was digging into the bone. And that's so trippy. And see what happens is it formed dimensions. So when you got like this face here, like there's the nose. And see, the person who did that, the paleo person that did that, like even gave dimension to the nostril, the eye. It looks like a big mess, but there's like some kind of, there's a purpose to what they were doing. So like this area here is like the ear. So all that chiseling, there's a mouth right there. So that's what they were doing here. So all that carved out bone turned blackish. And so, okay, so this little guy, it's like a comic. He hit this animal, and the animal is like, he's got this expressive look on his face, like, oh crap, I've been hit. It's it's like a comic, like, you know, like you see like with, you know, Marvel comics, you know, and the fact that it's foreshortened. This guy is like this big, and then this animal is humongous. That's not the first time I've seen like foreshortened art. Another example. Okay, I think this one. Here's the mammoth, and it's hard to see, but it's like these hind legs are kind of going back into space a little bit. I mean, if you're an artist, you kind of know, let's say the head is bigger and the legs just kind of get smaller and go back into space. That's how foreshortening works. Does that make sense? That's a quick art. Like obviously, like a person is not going to be that tiny compared to this animal. There've never been animals that big. It's just like this guy is far away. So, in order to, this is the fact that, okay, say this is about 12,000 years old. I'm just giving a rough figure. How would I say this? They didn't come up with this concept for art until like more recently, okay? So I've been trying to say that this is more advanced. Okay, so I better just shut up then. Okay, and the fact that, you know, they're using all this, whatever they have, to make art. You know, it's not just rocks, okay, guys. They use whatever they have on hand. Bones, teeth, sticks, you name it. Rocks, whatever, skin. But these were other things that were on my yard, like this. Like I think I think this is petrified skin, just because the weight is very light. But you can see it's an animal head. I'll throw that over here. This one, which I think now I'm thinking this is ivory. We've seen him 100 times. It's my favorite. Okay. This one is one of those red stones also, and I just traced the lines and painted it, and I'm not 100% of what I'm looking at here, but it's like some kind of animal, which I painted in silver, and it's like, looks like it's kind of embracing another animal, and I can't tell if it's cuddling with it. I can't tell if it's trying to eat it. I don't know. I know people want to feel sentimental about these things, but what is it? I turned it over, and there, no, wait, it's over this side. There's something very human face-like on the side here. If you see that, I think on this side too. So, yeah, I wasn't getting much on the other side. So. It's trippy. Yeah, you know, it's like, you know, it's something, but see, like, you can see there's kind of a face there. And there's one over here. But then there's like also this kind of animal and another animal. So we're talking, this stuff is surreal. So yeah, they're ahead of us in art. Like I was talking about sloths. Now this has a bunch of animals on it, and you can't. It's hard to see, but see this area here that makes a nostril. So I think this is a sloth right there, with the eyes here, the ears up here, that big nostril. So if I turn this over here, we've got that shape becomes the mammoth trunk. This is a lot of different things. Like, if I turn it this way, it's like a cat laying on its side. The back paws are coming forward, like that's like if this is your pet cat, that's its hind legs. The head's right here, and there's that mica that's being used. Like the tail's right there. Well, the tail is being used as the cat's tail. The trunk is being used as the cat's tail. Does that make sense? So that area that was the sloth nostril becomes the mammoth trunk, becomes the cat's tail. Okay. Yeah, this is a bunch of different things. There's an animal head that way too. There's another animal. It's another cat laying down or something. That's another redstone. So yeah, a bunch of weird extinct animals. So I lived in an interesting place. Okay, take care. Good night.